Hey guys, I'm here today with a, not like a tag or anything, it's kind of just something I was thinking of doing for a while. It's, I'm just showing you all of my palette collection. I have some high-end, some like more affordable, and then some that are, I guess, really inexpensive. I'm going to tell you my likes and dislikes about some of them. I'm also going to let you know if I would like run out of my way to repurchase any of them, that kind of thing. So if you want to see more, then let's just keep watching. I'm going to start off with ones that I would never, ever, 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 ever repurchase. And one of them would be the Maybelline Nudes palette. I think this is a sucky palette. Like, I can't even think of another way to say like anything about it. I feel like I have a bunch of Maybelline like quads and stuff like that, and I feel like those are a lot better quality than some of these. Like, I just don't get it. Like, these are, like, I thought this was a good like concept because I know a lot of people have, you know, budgets and they don't want to go out of their way to buy higher end eyeshadow palettes, but in reality, you know, if you think about it, there's 12 shadows. You think about it if you go to Ulta or Sephora, if you buy like the Urban Decay Naked palette, for instance, that's like $52. But if you think about it, if you buy all their individual shadows, they're like 20 a pop, and you get like a decent size pan of them. It all, makes sense. But this I do not like. It is not something that I would ever repurchase. It's not something I really would recommend to anybody. I'm looking to give this away to maybe like somebody who just wears makeup on occasion. I mean, some of the shades aren't so awful, but the black, when I like swatch the black, it just almost looks like, I don't even know, like a light gray color when I swatch it. I don't even want to touch them, but because I'm going to give it away, but I just would not repurchase this. I have something that just came out recently. Unfortunately, I did get this as a Christmas gift, so I didn't purchase this, but it is the Urban Decay Vice 3 palette. Now, I really liked the second one, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I didn't get my hands on the second one, so I'll just wait till next year when the 3 comes out. And I mean, it has a great mirror. It's gigantic, and I'm not going to try to blind any of you, but these colors are just so powdery. It's almost like I'm using a BH Cosmetic palette or the Coastal Scents palette. Like, when I want to touch an Urban Decay eyeshadow, like, I want them to be extremely pigmented. I was looking at some of these colors. They're just not, like, up to par of what I know Urban Decay can be. And unfortunately, a lot of these colors are just so, like, not everyday use. Like, even the ones that are kind of, like, neutral ones, they're not great quality. As I said, like, they're not that pigmented. I don't know what's up with it. I don't know why Urban Decay put out such a bad quality, it's the Vice palette. It's supposed to be something that's really, like, epic, and I really don't feel like it was. I'm not saying that I don't appreciate the gift, but I'm probably not going to use this much. I will keep it in my collection because, it's a great size palette. It has a great mirror. Like, I do use this to put my makeup on because it's almost like I have, like, a full mirror right in front of me, and it's really good. But other than that, I would not really go out of my way to use this palette, unfortunately. Alright, now I'm going to palettes that were limited edition, which I can't repurchase, so they were just, ones that were on the market, and I kind of grabbed them when they were able to be purchased, and now they are not up for purchase, or they have, outstanding, crazy, overpriced on eBay or Amazon or anywhere you would find them. I got them when they were still really affordable, so I'll get into those. I'm going to start off with this NARS palette. I've mentioned this before. I mentioned this, I think, in my November favorites. I don't remember what it's called. It was listed in the bottom bar of what it was actually called, but it's just these 6 colors. I do like NARS eyeshadows, and I am still looking to branch out into trying a little bit more. I'm not going to get into too much detail about this palette, but NARS has great quality eyeshadows, and I will be looking to use some of the duos that they have. I've had my eye on a couple of them, so I'll probably ask for them for like my birthday or something, because my birthday is like 6 months away, but I just figured it's not something I'm gonna run and grab right now, even though I do think NARS has great quality eyeshadows. Just nothing that I would go out of my way to be like, oh, NARS eyeshadows are the best quality eyeshadows I've ever used. I would not say that, but I do really like this palette, and I was glad to get it when I did. Next are 3 Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. I have 3 of them. I was mad that I didn't get my hands on the Z palette. It came out, I don't know, it came out and then it was gone in like 3 seconds. I know this one is not available to purchase. I think the other 2 might be, but I know they are limited edition. This is the Lavish palette. I've used this before in a tutorial. These are just great quality eyeshadows. I'm so glad that Anastasia Beverly Hills put out all of their eyeshadows in single pans. I haven't gotten my hands on any of them, but there are colors that I've been like, I need those. Especially since I couldn't get my hands on the Z palette. I don't know, I've been looking at that palette and been like,
do I really want to get some of those colors? I probably do. And I probably will. Oops. Hashtag makeup addict.
They're just super great colors. So that's the Lavish palette. This is the Tamanna palette. It's also like the Dress Your Face one. It's really good quality that as well. I like, I wish some of the colors that were in this one was also mixed with this one, which is the Maya Mia palette. Maya Mia is also on YouTube. I don't know if anybody knew that, but some of these colors are really great, but I think I do like the Maya Mia one better than the Tamanna palette for some odd reason. Except I do really like this color called Chocolate. I wish that color was in the Maya Mia palette, but I don't really use these too much, but I do think they're great travel palettes because they're kind of small and they don't take up too much room, and I don't really travel right now, but if I was to travel, I might grab one of these palettes because I think they're really good and I feel like they're very versatile. So I think you can still get your hands on these. I could be wrong. I know you could probably check the Ulta website or the Sephora website because I know I got one on Sephora, one on Ulta, probably in the fall or something. So if you're interested in finding these, I would definitely check there, or maybe the Anastasia website itself. So now I'm gonna get onto my Z palette, which is kind of just like a versatile thing. There's a lot of different palettes that were depotted and put in here. Let me just go through them. I'm gonna go through some of them actually. This row up to here is what is remaining of my Urban Decay Naked 1 palette. I used a lot of the colors. I especially like went through Toasted and I went through Naked, but I have whatever's not there in here. And actually I think I never really used Gunmetal and I never used Creep, so I just got rid of those colors and I kind of just left them in another Z palette that I have that I just don't really touch. I'm not even gonna grab it because it has a bunch of broken eyeshadows in there, as well as like some ones that I don't know what to do with. So that was Urban Decay 1. I don't have the Urban Decay 2 anymore, the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette anymore, because I gave it to my mom because I just wasn't a really big fan of the palette, and instead of depotting it, I just kind of gave it to her. So I have the Naked 3 here. So that's all of the colors in the Naked 3 palette. And then I have my Urban Decay Naked Basics 1. That's all here. And then this is random, but I have the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer in here just because I had nowhere else to put it and I just wanted to kind of condense all my stuff. So that's where that lives for now. These smaller colors up until this gold one was actually the Nude Tude palette, I think it's called, from the Balm, and these were the only colors that I really kind of gravitated towards using, so I kept these in here. So there's 6 of them right there, so that's 6. And then these colors, all of these ones, are from various Urban Decay Book of Shadows palettes that I had, and I think a couple of them were actually from the Naked the Urban Decay Smoked palette. It's just, I didn't like a lot of the colors, and sometimes I wish I actually kept a bunch of them and just put them in a Z palette, but at the time, this was a while ago before I had a Z palette, I just kind of butchered the whole thing and only used the colors that I actually wanted, and I think I accidentally threw out a bunch of them, and I thought I was kind of saving them, but I must have thrown them out because I haven't been able to find them. I love ZPalettes. I think they're great because you can custom make them and make them your own. And I think this is just great because I get to keep all of the Urban Decay shadows that I use and still love to this day. And it's better than having a bunch of, you know, tins and everything. It kind of condenses it and I have more room in my collection. Okay, so I have this other one that's a relatively newer purchase. I had a I had a gift card to Sephora and I've had my eye on this. I did not pick up the first one of this palette, but I was just head over heels in love with some of the colors that they had. This is the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. And the colors are just beautiful. This has a great mirror as well. A lot of these ones that I have really great mirrors, but I just think these colors are phenomenal. I was not really on board with getting the first chocolate bar. I just thought, I don't know, I feel like I had so many colors that looked exactly like it, but I just love matte brown eyeshadows and this palette has so many, but these colors are amazing. These two highlight shades are great. I actually wish that the ones that were bigger were actually the transitioning colors, so like mousse, nougat, anything like that were the bigger ones, but it doesn't really matter. I'll still use this. I think this is a great palette. I'm not wearing it right now, but I've been wearing this a lot the last week or so, and I think this is amazing, and I can't wait to use it more and experiment. Next one is my Lorac Pro Palette. I was kind of late on getting this. I got this in the end of the summer, I think. It just has great eyeshadows. They're very, very pigmented, very good quality. I feel like a lot of people know about this. I prefer these actually over the Urban Decay Naked palettes. I use this a lot more than I use the other ones, but I still love my Urban Decay Naked palettes, but I do like this one a lot more. I feel like it's very versatile and they have all those matte shades. Like, I mean, that's my favorite kind of eyeshadows, so not really gonna complain because this is probably like one of my holy grail palettes that I'll ever have in my entire life, so love that. Last but not least, this is probably my most used palette and it is a very customized palette. It is my MAC eyeshadow palette. I used to have inserts keeping them all together. See, they're all moving. Keeping them all together, but I have too many and I don't feel like having multiple ones, and some of them don't stick. Like the ones that I've depotted myself don't stick for some reason. I probably have to get better magnets, but the ones that you buy from the MAC website that have these magnets already there, like they don't go anywhere. So like the ones that aren't the ones that were purchased and I was just depotting myself, they make the noise. The other ones stay still. But this is my favorite because I just love these colors because, you know, I picked out all of them myself, so I obviously use all of them. It's not like a palette that, you know, I'll use two of the colors and then one of them just never gets used because it's a color I won't use. This one is, you know, one that you're always going to use because it's colors that you purchased that you know you like, or if you have some that you don't really use, you know, you'll probably still use them because it's just, the colors are just phenomenal. I love MAC eyeshadows. They're probably my favorite eyeshadows out of all these palettes that I mentioned. MAC are my favorite. I could always tell if somebody's wearing a certain color of MAC eyeshadow. I could also do the same thing with the lipsticks, but MAC is just my favorite brand. It always has been, and I think it's because it was the first brand I ever had anything from, because my mom took me when I was little to get my makeup done at the counter when I was I think 14, and I don't know, I guess since then I've just been an addict to makeup, so that was like 10 years ago, and I couldn't be happier because I think they're just great quality. If you're ever hesitant to get any MAC eyeshadows, I would say go get one. That was all of my eyeshadow palettes. I hope you enjoyed. Again, if you liked some of these that I said I didn't like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend anybody, but that's just my personal opinion. If you'd like to see more videos like this, if you want me to show you anything else in my collection that I like, dislike, wouldn't repurchase, would purchase, anything like that, please leave a comment down below letting me know that. Also, make sure to follow me on all my social media. I'll have my username on Instagram and Twitter somewhere in this video, so you can go ahead and follow me on all those things because I'm always very active on my social media. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.